Well, this little one, she was complaining of headaches. She was only 3.5 at the time, headaches, and it was fairly quickly, over 10 days.
Wow.
So it was headaches and then vomiting in the morning, and then being okay. And we took her to the doctors a few times, and it was, it eventually we got to a paediatrician. This was all within a couple of weeks, and he was able to look in her eyes and send her immediately for a CT scan, and that showed that there was a tumour.
It was so it was right here, but in there.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle of my head.
It was called a pineoblastoma.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, I survived it.
So she was 3.5, and how old are you now?
7. Art. And I like to play outside at recess.
Mm-hmm. And you like art at school?
Art, yeah. Art.
When Sara was diagnosed, we found out from a CT scan she had a brain tumour, and then the very next morning we met with a neurosurgeon and a nurse practitioner, and the first thing they did was hand us one of the paediatric brain tumour books, and use that to show where the brain tumour was in her brain.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably our first introduction as a family to the organisation.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it was a huge asset to have, actually, that resource book.
Yeah.
For people who aren't, or I wasn't too familiar with brain physiology, it was a vast amount of information to take in. It was a nice little reference to
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
try to get your head around it.
Yeah, it's kind of the book that you don't want, but you kind of need. We go to the information days. We've been to
That's been a huge asset as well to continue our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
The knowledge about what's going on in the brain tumor field.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still quite interested in. Sarah's been 4 years post diagnosis, really, but still there's always that potential for relapse.
And there's also learning about the late effects of the treatment, so that's been huge. So, and the information days have been, we always come away with learning something from it and come away with a sense of hope, because it's like, okay, people are looking and researching, and we're not just in it alone. We've been to a few of those events.
Yeah.
Do you remember we went to Marineland last year, and that was fantastic.
Yeah, we had a great time there, actually.
Marineland, and you guys saw the Harlem.
Harlem Globetrotters.
How was that? Was it fun? It was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So it's nice to meet other families on a similar journey.
We do Spring Sprints.
It's our 4th year. What's our team called, girls?
There's Dream Team. My dream was that that other people that had cancer would survive. My wish was my brain tumor never grew back. Brain tumors they can grow big, like they can go, they're like a little dot in your head, but they can grow bigger and bigger.
But there's lots of things that can be done. There's always hope, right? No matter how bad it seems, you always have to nurture hope.
Well, I think the other thing is that there is amazing amount of support out there for families. So take advantage of that, either within your own circle of friends and even beyond, ostensibly. So,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of support out there.
And
Brain
information.
Tumour is the foundation is one of those avenues, but it's a very important one.